Hello, viewer. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. Um, this is New Manufacturing. It's a journal about how I took my company and started it. So, uh, this is very much still in the beginning of it. We just got, and just if you want to follow along, go ahead, subscribe, like, follow, do the notification bell if you like notification bell. I personally don't care for it because, when I'm out in the shop welding and doing my fabricator thing, I don't like my phone going off a bunch of times, vibrating my back pocket. And so, you know, it's a pain in the ass. And I just don't, so I turn on my notifications off. So if you don't want to do notifications, that's fine. Don't do notifications. But hey, check for us because I am going to try to do week by week. This is supposed to be like a journal. I didn't do last week. Alright, well that was a little bit better than the last three videos I did for an intro. This week I'm going to be talking about fake it till you make it and what that actually means because colloquially we think that that's like, oh, I want to be Jeff Bezos, I'm going to dress like Jeff Bezos, emulate Jeff Bezos, and even though I am not in a position where I could sustain the partying and the yachts and all that stuff, like there's no way I can sustain that, so I would, but I want to be a big time CEO of like Amazon, so I'm gonna fake it till I make it. And that's not that's not accurate. That's not what people are saying when they're talking about that. You can like my um the problem with that is then, oh, you open yourself up to making decisions based on emotion instead of logic. And so you won't be making the best choices for your business that you should be making because you're faking it to making it. Now, what that does mean, what people are actually saying is like you need to run your business like you want it to run if it is the big multi-billion dollar company you want it to grow into. So you need to have your procedures written down. You need to have procedures, SOPs. You need to have your like, if you're starting a welding shop like me, you need to have your quality control standards, get those written down. Have your work procedures, what those look like. Like we have when we do a job, we make a packet, and that packet has the work order, it has notes from the customer, it has the CAD drawing on it, and it also has a checkoff list of everything that needs to be done for that job that we check off and follow. And I mean, just to give you an example, I have a part in the shop cooling off, so I can deliver it to the customer. Metal gets hot, um, and so that had a checkoff list of things that needed to be done, even though they brought me the steel. So I didn't have to cut the steel, but I had to clean it because it had also been sitting outside for a little while. Not here. So he brought me the steel, and I built this ramp for him, and that was, that had a checkoff list because like it's just me. I'm the only guy doing production, but you still have to have that habit of doing it. And also too, it then you're not adding features and procedures later on that are difficult to implement because you don't really know how. Troubleshoot it now when it's just you. Don't troubleshoot it when you've got a team of people depending on you and then you've got a whole host of customers beating down your door for work. That's the worst time to be troubleshooting a new process or procedure. Do it now when it's just you. Um, like that's that's what it means to fake it till you make it. Like look at your big like what's your end goal and start doing what you want done and your end goal. Don't be doing, you know, soul duty, dude. I don't have to have the drawing in front of me. It's just me. I did the drawing. I know what it looks like. No, don't do that. Like we do we do pretty much everything digital. Um, so like the laptop comes out with me in the shop so I can look at the drawing on the shop. And that's because I plan to have all of my work bays and work lines digital. Like I'm developing a system for so that my employees can just pull everything up. This also goes into like the CRM and CRMs and workflow managers. Actually, I had a discussion with my business partner. He's like, "Why do we need a workflow manager?" It's like, well, okay, first of all, this is free. I use Asana. Asana has a free version, and it's pretty nice. Seems like the only thing I don't get with it is analytics and goals, which or long-term goals and analytics, which is long-term goals. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, but the analytics are like, well, you know, that'll be a different topic for another day, talking about analytics. But your like you're gonna need it as you grow your team, as your business grows in the amount of work. You need a workflow. Get one, use one now, and start working with it and getting used to it. And then you've also developed that habit of doing it. Like that's the other thing too about fake it till you make it. There are actions you're gonna have to take as you grow your company that you're not gonna want to grow later. Do it now while it's easier. It's like you're not going to go practice like anybody who lifts weights knows that you lift if you've never lifted weights before, form is the most important thing. So you're not going to go and just you wouldn't take somebody who's never worked out at a gym in his life, and just tell him to do squats on like whatever his maximum could be, 100 200 pound squat, and he's never done a squat in his life. No, you're going to give him the bar so he's got a little bit of weight, and you're just going to have him squat until he gets his form correct. And then you're going to put the weight on there. Okay, now remember, keep that form, right? Okay, yeah, now you're going to do it. You're never ever going to like it's not you wouldn't do that. Why would you wouldn't do that in a gym or anything else. Just think of anything else something applicable to your life. I don't know what that could be. So, why would you do it with your business? So get your workflow, use it, use it, learn it. Same thing with a CRM. You might be thinking, well, I know, I'll just add these people to my contact list on my phone, and I'll just carry the business cards with me, and da da da. Nah, that's doesn't work because the two, you start juggling a bunch of customers, and you're like, I don't remember who this guy is or what we're talking about. There's a gentleman that I message on Facebook because I was doing it that way, and he came to me with a job. He wasn't quite ready to do the job, but he still talks to me on Facebook. He'll send me stuff on Facebook. It'll pop up every once in a while, and I forget who he is. Um, and so now I have a CRM to help me deal with that. It's like, who's this? Click. Oh yes, here's all the notes. I use HubSpot for a CRM because it gives a lot of the CRM feature. A lot of its features as a CRM are free, and the other benefit is I can take photos of business cards and it will automatically add them to the CRM. So when I go to networking meetings and things, I can just snap the business card, confirm the information, it goes to the CRM, I have it there. And you can do newsletters out of it, email newsletters and stuff. So super cool. And again, you just got to think about how big do I want this company to be? Well, even if you're a sole proprietor, even if you're just a sole operator, you need to think about like how you still should do these things, these procedures and stuff, because it presents to your customer a place of growth, but also too, it helps you stay mobile, and so you can so even when you're in desperate situations, you can turn away jobs. Um, that would be bad if you did them, they would be bad for your business. There are jobs out there. We've all seen them. So you have to faking it till you making it trains you for that mindset because you're like, oh well, you know what? I don't need to take that job. I don't have to take that job. I'm not going to take that job because that job would be bad for my business. So when you think about fake it till you make it appropriately, that's what it is. It's not that you're denying that you're having struggles. Accept that you don't deny them. Accept that you have those struggles. But when you're making decisions, especially for your business, don't don't make them looking through the lens of your struggles. Look at them through the lens of your company at its full potential that you want it to be at. So that's I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter. That's basically my conclusion to that. And yeah, so I guess the quick update. We had one job this week, which I told you about, and I, I'm doing. Uh, I decided since I got time right now, because I'm doing this full time, and so much of my work is just on the computer trying to get work into the shop. I was like, well, I'll just go to school real quick and finish up my welding engineering degree. So I'm doing that a couple days a week. Not real long, and it's welding. It's not like it's a hard class for me. I've been welding for over a decade, and so I've been doing that. And then we had the one job, but also too, I made a breakthrough in a product that I'm designing for farmers. And stay tuned and follow because I will be announcing what that is here in this channel. Um, and it's pretty cool. We did the prototype last spring and it worked out amazingly well. So what we've been working on, we kind of did it backwards. We went concept prototype and now we're designing it. Um, because we're trying to design it so that it's better for more how we're going to manufacture this. Um, but it's really cool. I'm super excited about this because especially when I do farm work and my products for farming, my big thing is what can we do to lower the cost per acre for farmers? I get really passionate about that because my grandfather was a farmer, my dad grew up on the farm. I spent every weekend on the farm, so I half grew up on the farm. And it's like I love doing it. I know more about classic tractors than I do classic cars. So, um, yeah, there'll be more videos to follow. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do this weekly, and I just kind of get over my own personal preference of not making content for the sake of making content. It's just been stupid. I I have a list of topics I'll talk over. I'll get on and ramble on about. So, thanks for listening again. If you wanna enjoy more content, like, follow. Um, if you have work that you want done, check out the description. Uh, there's a link to our webpage, Facebook, and email to get a hold of us, and we will work into it. We're always looking for low and medium volume production work, prototyping, um, one-off work we're willing to do. If you want a bumper, we prefer doing kits. So, get a weld yourself kit and we'll weld it up for you. But um, the so you can find all how to do that down below. Um, and two, like if you just want to watch us as rebuild U.S. manufacturing, like and follow. If you like that idea, give us a share. You know, and yeah, I'll catch you next week.